Hey guys, looks like it's beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by today. Uh, this should be a real tasty treat. Uh, this is Three Floyds Moloko, which is a milk stout, sweet stout some people call. This was sent to me by Mike. So Mike, thanks again for sending this down. And for you guys that don't know, Three Floyds is out of Munster, Indiana. I cannot get their beers here. Hopefully one day that they will be able to distribute it this far into Virginia from Indiana. But as of right now, I have to rely on my wonderful subscribers to pick these beers up and send them to me. So very grateful to all of my wonderful subscribers that send me beer and the guys that comment on the videos. So this is, and it's hard to see because a lot of times the label wraps around the bottle. If you look on this side, it's got the milk stout, the name of the beer, and if you look on that side, it says Three Floyds. So it's hard to get that in the initial picture a lot of times when they wrap all that around the label like that. But and Three Floyds does date their stuff, and this one has been smeared. Somebody's put their finger all over the side of it there. It is a 2015 beer, and it is an 8%er, so it's going to keep for a while. That is the only deterrent, even though when they take the time to date with ink on the bottle, it is so easily smudged off. If somebody's finger is on it, or I hate to say it, but some of the beer stores, may not on this, but some of the beer stores have been known to take some kind of cleaner, and especially on the IPAs and stuff like that, and wipe those dates off to give it a longer shelf life. What do you think about that, guys? Boy, if I could catch somebody doing that, I'd probably go to jail. I'd probably put them in a Ronda Rousey armbar or a chokehold and snuff their asses out right there. So, this should be a great beer. I mean, Three Floyds does some awesome stuff. They do date their stuff, but that ink is so easily smudged off. They do it in yellow, which helps to when you're trying to see, especially a dark beer like this, a stout or a porter or something dark. Because if they wrote it in black and you have a very dark beer on a brown bottle, you cannot see that until the beer has been poured out of it a lot of times, especially if it's been refrigerated. So let's get on with this one, guys. I don't want it to be a massively long beer video. This is 8%. It says here on Rate Beer that it is 30 IBUs. Commercial description says Baltic milk stout named after the famous milk drinks from A Clockwork Orange. I seen that movie. I'm almost 60, guys. I seen that movie when I was a teenager. It tells you how old I am. That movie was done probably back in either in the 60s or early 70s. I mean, a long time ago. And it was a very confusing movie to me. I didn't really get it at the time, and I haven't rewatched it. I need to do that. I need to bring that back up and watch it again. It'll probably blow my little feeble mind, but it was a very it was a very bizarre movie for the day and age, especially if you were a young person, which I was when I first seen it. It was over top of my head. So I need to rewatch it. probably get it a whole lot more than I did then. So may have had other things on my mind at the time. It's hard to tell. You know how teenagers are and were. So let's go over to the food pairings for this. Since it's a milk sweet stout, it says here, since it is a stout, it goes well with your chocolate dishes, and that's all they have. Glassware, pint, becker, non tumbler, mug, stein, sidel. I'm going to use a double glass for this one today, guys. This is a bomber. It's a 22 ouncer. And it says here, not recommended for extended cellaring unless ABV extends average range. I can't think of one single reason why you could not cellar this beer. None at all. I mean, this beer should keep from at least 3 to 5, maybe even 10 years being an 8%er. So, don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. So let's get the cap off of this. And while I'm doing that, 4 openers left, a red one, a dark blue, and 2 greens. If you need one, shout now, forever hold your peace. 8%. Let's generate a head if we can. What she said. Alright. Big head. I generated it. 3 fingers of head on that. Probably shouldn't have done that. Over into the light. I'm not getting any in this particular glass. There is no thin part like the Sovereign beer glass has. It's got this big bulb tulip shape. And I'm not getting anything through this glass. It looks pretty black. Big khaki colored, tan colored head. Very creamy looking on top. There are some big bubbles from that aggressive pour. And there are some big bubbles around the side from that aggressive pour. Probably shouldn't have poured it that quite aggressive for an 8%er. I do some stupid shit sometimes, and that was probably one of them. I shouldn't have poured it quite that aggressive. But it may not stick around, so. Looks pretty good. Let's get a nose on it. Rich roasted malt. Cocoa. Licorice. Some darker fruit probably in there. Got a nice sweetness. Since I use lactose in brewing this, it's got a very nice sweetness to the back end here. But I am getting that rich roasted malt, and I'm getting hints of coffee in there. And the chocolate's in there. You know, like I said, it's down pretty quick. We're down to about a finger of head. It's time. Let's get it on. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Mike. Thank you, brother. Wow. That's very pleasant. That's very, very, very pleasant. Cocoa. Bittersweet chocolate. Licorice. There are some hints of some dark fruit in there, maybe some coffee, maybe some hints of tobacco even. This would be a great candidate to fire up a good cigar with. Very well made, not getting any of the 8% alcohol. Very tasty. And guys, I tell you this all the time. When you're drinking a beer like this, you could drink it before dinner, then have your dinner. You could drink it with your dinner if you're having a nice strong dish that would pair well with steaks or chops or something fairly substantial. I don't think you'd want to have this with a light pasta dish or a salad or anything like that. It would just overpower those types of foods. Or even after dinner. After you've had your dinner, this could be the dessert. Especially a milk stout. Something they've used lactose in, because it usually tends to be a lot sweeter than your typical stout, or even a barrel-aged stout. When they use that lactose, that's an unfermentable sugar, which keeps the beer quite sweet, where the yeast cannot eat up all of that sugar and make it really dry a lot of times. So when you use lactose, and I have brewed with lactose, and it does keep the beer a little on the sweeter side. So very tasty. Well, it's that time. Let's take it back and pour her a glass and sip on this one for a little bit and see, and let it come up to room temperature, and maybe hit that stogie a couple times and see where this one ends up. But it looks pretty impressive. As of right now, I would pretty much say it's probably going to be an A beer somewhere, especially since it's got the date on it. That's the key. We got to have those dates, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on this for about 45 minutes now. Fired up a stogie to go with this. Went very well with this. A little on the thinner side, but still got a lot of great attributes. Now that it's warmed up, the cocoa is coming out, licorice, hints of some dark fruit. Very tasty. The rich roasted malt is there, especially the sweetness. Having them use lactose in the brewing of this makes it a very easy drinking stout, especially for an 8%er. Very nice, very enjoyable. Like I said earlier, guys, Three Floyds makes some really tasty stuff. Very, very nice. Final chug. Other than being a little on the thinner side, it's very, very nice. Definitely an A beer as far as I'm concerned. The only way this could be better is put it in a bourbon barrel and let it age for a little bit. It's very nice. It's a very well-made beer. The alcohol is basically non-existent as far as the taste and aroma on this for 8%. Very well made. Very nice. Mike, thanks again for sending this to me. I do appreciate it. It was very tasty. I wish I could get their beers here. Hopefully one day that'll happen. Guys, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. It's very tasty. Like I said, the only thing I could think of would make this better is to stick it in a bourbon barrel for 3 to 6 months, and that'll kick it up a notch or two. But it is what it is. Very, very tasty beer. Very tasty. It's a 9 out of 10 for me, guys. If I was putting a numeric rating on this, it would probably be a 97, 98, even a 99 with the date on the bottle. Very nice. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 92 in their outstanding range. I think it's a tad better than that, but it is a little on the thinner side for an 8% stout. But you got to realize when they brew it with lactose, a lot of times that does make it just a little thinner, a little sweeter. It doesn't have the big bold imperial taste. A lot of times that some of the bigger stouts have, the 9, 10, 11, 12%ers have, especially when they've been put into some kind of bourbon cask or barrels to age a little bit. And with that being said, I still think it's very enjoyable. It's definitely worth picking up if you're into this style of beer and you can get Three Floyds beer in your area. I think it's very tasty. I really do. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 99 and 99 in the style. So 90s all around, guys. I think it is a very enjoyable beer. Very, very nice milk stout, sweet stout. So if you've had this one, let me know what you think of it. This is their Moloko Imperial Stout. Actually, Rate Beer calls it the Moloko Plus. But I don't see plus on the label anywhere on this one, but it's got the right picture on there and it's got the right information as far as the ABV and everything. So very nice. So let me know if you've had it, and come on back tomorrow. Let's go into the kitchen and take something good out of the fridge. See you then.